Hi team, I hope you're all well. So today I am going to do the Spring Has Sprung book tag. I'm going to be reading the questions off here, and I've been tagged in this by Rachael-Claire. Thank you, Rachel, for tagging me. Rachel did this as a blog post, but I'm going to do this as a vlog because I just find it a bit easier to do so. So without further ado, let's get into it. There are 10 questions, 2 of them one of them I'm not going to take part in, the other one's sort of like a request. So the first one is flowers. All the flowers you remember are blooming again. Pick a book that is a fresh take on a retelling. So I've gone for Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I've decided to pick this one up because I am partway through it. I haven't read it all, but I am partway through. I'm like 77 pages in. So this is a retelling of Cinderella. Cinder is a cyborg in this, and they live in New Beijing. Other than that, I don't really know what else is going on. That's as far as I've got with it. She has met the prince though, so I don't know what direction this is going to go in, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I am listening to it on script and it's very, very good. So I'm expecting good things, and I'm hoping to carry on with the series, the Lunar Chronicles series. So that's very, very good. Also, this is part of my 30 for 30 TBR, if you didn't know. So yeah, I've gone for Cinder. That is a retelling. The next one is Cadbury or Mini Eggs. Pick a book that you consider to be a sweet treat. So I picked 2 for this. So I've picked Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This was also on Rachel's list. This is such a gorgeous graphic novel about a male-male relationship, and it's just really, really cute. The illustrations are really adorable, and I can't wait to continue this series with the next book that comes out. I think it's June or July. Although you can catch this on Tumblr, but I just like to have the book, so I've decided to wait and not spoil myself on Tumblr. But this is a really gorgeous read. The other one that I picked was I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelk. I go on about this book all of the time, the entire series. This is following a lady called Angela who finds her fiance in the back of their car at her best friend's wedding with another woman. So she runs away to New York, hence I Heart New York, meets this girl called Jenny Lopez, and they become best friends essentially. Jenny does Angela a bit of a makeover, tries to help her get over what's happened with her now ex-fiance, and try and help her settle in basically. She needs to make the decision whether or not she's gonna stay in New York or go back home to London. So yeah, very, very gorgeous book, and just I adore the entire series. The next one, the last one, the 8th book in the series, is coming out in May, 30th of May, which is I Heart Hawaii. So I would definitely recommend checking this out. Anything Lindsay's done, to be perfectly honest, is a sweet treat. So yeah, highly recommend. Number 3, Allergies. Pick a book that made you cry. So I went for The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This book like really, really broke my heart towards the end. Such a gorgeously written book about a girl called Star who's 16 years old, and she witnesses her best friend get shot by a cop. When her friend was unarmed, the cop thought he was the cop thought he was armed. I think it's bullshit, but whatever. And he was shot and killed in front of her, and it's just the story of Star and what she decides to do with this information. How can she make it matter but without getting her and her family in trouble, because obviously this guy was a cop. And how can she make an impact in the world essentially, but with this story. So it's a very, very gorgeously told book with lots of heartbreak, there is racism in this, and it's just so beautiful. I absolutely adored it. Definitely made me cry. Highly recommend. I listened to it on Scrib. It was very, very good. Number 4, Spring Cleaning. Pick a book to unhaul. I have gone for Circle of Shadows by Evelyn Skye. This is signed. It's a Fairy Loot special edition. I have read it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay, but I didn't love it enough to want to reread it, so I am going to unhaul it. It is in my unhaul pile, which I have going slowly but surely growing. So yes, this is the book I am going to unhaul. Then Spring Break. Pick a book involving a road trip. So I decided to go for Killing Floor by Lee Child. Every single one of Jack Reacher's books essentially has a road trip in it. It's not based around the road trip, but he ends up in different places all around the States, sometimes out of country as well. So yeah, it kind of starts out with a road trip, if you like. It's got a road trip in it. I don't know. I think it counts. Plus, there's a book on the front. There's a bus on the front cover. So, how much more of a road trip do you need when you're getting on a bus? I adore this book. This is the first in the Jack Reacher series. You don't have to read them in order, but I do highly recommend you read this first one because it gives you a taste of what Jack Reacher's about and his appearance, etc., which is always important with these types of series. There are several, I say several, there's 20 odd books in this series now. I've read 2 of them. 61 Hours is the other one that I've read, and I adore them every single time. I don't know why I take so long over, like, between reading them. I should just carry on with the series because I do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 more of them. Every time I see one in a charity shop, if I know I've definitely not got it, I pick it up. But yeah, I really love the series. It's really, really good. Highly recommend. If you've not seen the films, I'd recommend those as well. Number 6, mating season. Pick a book with some smutty delights. I've ended up going for 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I don't know how much more smutty you can get, to be honest. I did enjoy this series. I know this is like one of those books that 50% of the book community will hate and 50% might love, or it's probably even less than that, to be honest. But I really enjoyed the series. I thought it was really good. I have reread the first book, I think, at least once. Probably will reread it again in, I don't know, a while or so. I'll reread it at some point. I did prefer the books to the films, but I did prefer the last 2 films to the first one, if that makes sense. I just felt like the characters got into it a bit more, if that makes sense. I felt like they were a bit, excuse the pun, but stiff in the first film, because it's I think it's just that kind of film, isn't it, where it's new to you, etc. But I really enjoyed the books. Loved E.L. James' writing. I also read Grey, which was from Christian Grey's point of view. So yeah, smut. Number 7, Rainbows. Pick a book featuring an LGBTQ plus character. So I have gone for City of Ashes only because it's the easiest one I could pull out of the box that I've got of these ones. Going for Magnus Bane and Alec Lightwood in this, to be honest. This is the most adorable gay couple that I've ever read in a book. I absolutely love them. I love them in the TV series, the Shadowhunter TV series. I just think they're so adorable. Like, every single time there is a Magnus and Alec scene, I'm just, I love it. Malik, forever. I adore them. So yes, I decided to go for Malik because they're just so cute. And I highly recommend that you get involved in the Shadowhunter series if you've not already. Number 8, Spring Awakening. Pick a book that has dysfunctional character. So I've got there's several dysfunctional characters in this book, in this entire series. But the dysfunctional characters I'm going to go for are... Let me just double check that I get the names right, because there's so many fucking characters in this book. I'm going for Jaime and Cersei Lannister, because how much more dysfunctional can you get, really, than sleeping with your own brother? So I'm going for A Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin, and we're going to go for Jaime and Cersei Lannister, because they're just really fucked up. But yeah, that's who I'm going for, because they're very dysfunctional. If you haven't read this series, I would highly recommend it, but if you're watching the show, you'll know exactly what I mean. Number 9, In Like a Lion, Out Like a Lamb. Pick a book series that didn't get better as it progressed. So, I haven't read a great deal of book series, but the ones that I have read have always gotten better. Or, you know, like, just progressed the story, but at a good rate. So the series that I have read, for example, I'm just looking at my bookshelves, I've got Harry Potter, so obviously they get more and more fantastic as you go on. Twilight, again, I reckon they got better as you went on. 50 Shades got better as you went on. The I Heart series, again, got better. What else have I read that's a series? I mean, I'm partway through the Throne of Glass series, that's getting better and better. The Cruel Prince series got better. Shadowhunter series got better. The last book for me was 5-star, while the rest were... The Mortal Instruments, sorry. The last book for me was 5-star, City of Heavenly Fire, while the rest of them were all 4. Yeah. I just think the ones that I've read, I've been really lucky. I've just really enjoyed the rest of the series, so I haven't really got one for that. Rachel did suggest the Fifth Wave series. I do have the full set, but I haven't read them yet. So I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe I'm hoping that that's not the case for me. But we'll see. And the number 10, As Fun as the Sun, tag some friends. I'm not going to specifically tag anyone, I don't think, because with it being booktube, I only know so many booktubers. So, but if you want to do this, I will leave the questions down below, and you can go ahead and do it. Why the hell not? It's a bit of fun, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice. So if you want to get involved in this again, I will leave the questions down below, and tag me if you want to. I will definitely check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe again, I would really appreciate it. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.